Today, President Joe Biden signed 3 executive orders aimed at dealing with some of our nation's immigration issues. The first order would focus on creating a task force that would prioritize reuniting families that were separated under Trump's zero-tolerance policy. The second would focus on addressing the root causes for migration from Central America and reviewing the migrant protocols program, commonly known as the Remain in Mexico policy, under which asylum seekers are forced to wait in Mexico until their cases are heard. And lastly, the third order would call for a review of the public charge order, which was used to limit the amount of low-income immigrants coming into the U.S. Joining us now to give us a little more context on the orders and how exactly they'll be tackled is White House Deputy Communications Director Pili Tobar. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start out with the Family Reunification Task Force. Who is going to be part of this task force, and what will be their first course of action?
So the task force is going to be housed at the Department of Homeland Security, and it will be headed by Ali Mayorkas, who was just confirmed by the Senate as the Secretary of DHS. And it will be composed mainly by administration officials from different agencies. So it will be an intergovernmental agency that will be tasked with not just reuniting the kids who we already know are separated from their parents, but also finding any other kids out there who we may not be aware of that still are separated and that were separated under the previous administration.
The administration plans to step up efforts to find families that are still separated, but does it also have a plan to help families pulled apart during the Trump administration who have since been reunited, whether they're in the U.S. or abroad?
Yes, we plan to look at all of this, right? Work with stakeholders, talk to some of the families who have already been reunited and try to understand their circumstances and what their needs are at this point. And this is an overall comprehensive review of what the situation was and what it is that this administration can do going forward for these families, both for those who have been reunited as those who are still apart. So this task force will make recommendations that will go directly to the president, who will then work with the rest of the administration to figure out what are the steps that we can take to make sure that we are helping these families.
Currently, there are more than 1,000 migrants waiting in Mexico while their U.S. asylum claims are processed because of the Trump administration's migrant protection protocols. Will the Biden administration expedite these asylum claims? And if so, what resources are being dedicated to this effort?
Look, we plan to restore humanity, justice, and order to the asylum process. That is one of our #1 priorities, and that is our plan. I think what we've asked at this point is for the Secretary of DHS to review the MPP program and to also report back to the administration on what are the things that need to happen there. We fully recognize that there are things that we wish we could do immediately, and that there are a lot of families and people suffering who are in Mexico because of this program. And we want to make sure that we do everything in our power as soon as possible to be able to help people and to open up these asylum applications, and we will be doing these things. But we need to make sure that we are doing things in an orderly manner and allowing for the proper reviews to happen in order for us to take those actions.
Lastly, unrelated to today's executive orders, but relevant to the topic of immigration, President Biden has halted the construction of the border wall. But according to the Associated Press, there's still about $4 billion worth of signed contracts left for it. Has the administration made a decision yet on what they will do with these contracts, and will construction of the wall eventually continue?
So, no, the wall will not continue to be built. That is something we said from the campaign. I think we've made clear in the first couple of weeks. We do not believe that was an effective way to handle the southern border. On the contrary, and the reforms that we are looking for and the things that we are calling for involve working with our partners in Central America to make sure that we're addressing the root causes of migration, putting back in place programs like the Central America minor program that reunited minors from Central America with their parents who were lawfully in the U.S. Things along those lines that actually will make sense in terms of having an orderly and effective process and making sure that our borders are safe and secure in a smart manner. The wall does not fit within that, and we'll be reviewing what those contracts look like and what will happen with that money.
White House Deputy Communications Director Pili Tobar, thank you so much for your time tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.